In a city built of steel, where sport is the opiate of the people.
Stevens in front with a banging shot save. Rebound score! Tocchet puts it in!
There is an assembly of men whose pursuit of glory knows no end.
Yager breaking back in, going over to Stevens with a backhander. He shoots and scores!
The greatest in the game and the proudest of warriors.
Back when it puts it in. Yes, he shoots and scores! Brian Trottier!
Possessing a lasting pride that shines from within.
Breakaway, Marty Strong in on goal. His shot. Hey! Shoots and scores!
It is a place that demands only the finest in competition.
Loose still again. Mullen shoots. He scores!
And inspires the best in us all.
He puts it in front. Francis shooting and scoring! Ronnie Francis gets the goal!
It is a city of hopes, a city of dreams.
Goes on to Yager, moving up into the camp's in. Hey! Shoots and scores!
More than that, it is the city of champions.
Lemieux's going to the net. Yager breaks into the Rangers in front of Lemieux. Backhander. Hey! Shoots and scores! Mario Lemieux!
This is the pride. This is the glory that is known as the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins opened their new season with renewed focus.
We just came in this season trying to hopefully everybody stay healthy, win some games, try to, get the pennant in the division, and then, be ready for the playoff time. And I think that was the goal, a big goal for us as a team.
The disappointment from their early exit from the playoffs strengthened their resolve to return to glory.
Whenever you have a great team, you got to take advantage of it because there's great players that played this game for a long, long time and never won a Stanley Cup. And when we have the team here to do it, we got to do it.
Amid the renovations of the Civic Arena in early September, the Penguins opened training camp to embark on a new campaign.
We came back this year with a new attitude that, try to regain the Stanley Cup and bring it back here to Pittsburgh.
Hey, Sammy right here, Sammy right here. Here you go, Gino.
Everything in the net, guys, everything in the net.
Right here. Oh!
Come on, Murph. Stay wide. That's it, bring him wide.
Ready?
All the time now.
You gotta be there. Yeah. It's a lot tougher with that beard now.
Don't stop, show your good speed. All right, 3 guys. Make sure you give it to the guy on the boards. Get some shots out of that, guys.
Tocchet hauls it in out of the right wing corner for the Penguins. Down deep to Francis, lets it deflect right in on Watt, who makes the save again. Stevens in front with the banging shot save. Rebound score! Tocchet puts it in!
The refurbished Civic Arena sparkled for the Penguins' home opener.
The boys just have to feel basically comfortable with one another and have that little bit of hunger, a little bit of bite in the air, and then they take off. They smell blood and they work hard.
Joe Mullen provided a sneak preview of what would be another remarkable year.
Over line behind, and Francis, good play to take it in front of Mullen. Hey! Shoots and scores! Joey Mullen wins it in overtime for the Penguins.
Kevin Stevens was an intimidating figure in front of opposing goaltenders.
Aganetti bouncing in behind the Wenger goal. Francis took a good check there by Bronger. Centers it to Stevens. Oh, he shoots and scores! Kevin Stevens gets his first of the year. And the Penguins lead 3-0. Oh, wow, big count kick.
Larry Murphy was a force on the point once more, leading Penguin defensemen in scoring.
Goes to Murphy, walking in and shot. Hey! Shoots and scores! Oh, get in the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll.
Larry just keeps doing it, logs a lot of ice time, gets his points, plays defense. He's a jack of all trades.
Pittsburgh welcomed free agent Doug Brown with open arms.
He comes into the slot now, goes to Brown. He shoots and scores! Dougie Brown! As he beats Peter Angelo like a rented mule.
Despite being hampered by injuries, Rick Tocchet put on a show at every opportunity.
Here comes Francis back with Tocchet, 2-on-2. Bursting back to get in this hole. Francis goes to Tocchet. He walks in and goes back in here. He hit the poster. Did it go in and out? I believe it did go in and out. The Penguins lead 2-1.
Pittsburgh gained a lot when they got a Rick Tocchet because he does anything it takes to win. I mean, he's one of the consummate warriors of hockey.
The Penguins were well kept in goal behind Tom Barrasso.
Right to the Penguin line on the left side. Pulls back in the left wing corner, looks for Traeger's got him, and Shanahan, he's there, he shoots it, Rancho says no there on Brendan Shanahan.
Ken Reggett would prove to be invaluable throughout the year.
Leach in the corner, sent it in front of Bartolov, stopped by Reggett right in front as it came out, Jennings.
I knew when he came to this team that he was able to do it. A lot of people hadn't seen it because he hasn't played on a consistent basis, but you can win with Ken Reggett in the net.
The Penguins' aggression made its presence felt.
Matt Sundin runs into Jennings, he flattens it. Jennings ramming Miller to the ice on the heavy checks. When the defenseman forces it up, Stevens and now Tocchet both ball over one of the Rangers. Muni runs into one of the Penguins, that's Marty Struck, and Muni took the worst of that.
Good, solid check. Oh, Ken Reggett went after Howard Chuck and nailed him.
Biel goes in, ran hard on a good check by Stapleton for the pen. Samus with a booming check in on both on at center ice. He got banged by the Penguins and knocked down the skate. With Doug Lister, they sent him flying on his wallet. And Jennings made him pay the price that time as he really rammed him.
Ed Johnston took over for the Bruins, and Johnston was called upon to make several spectacular saves in this first period.
As a player, he guarded the net as one of the world's elite goaltenders.
Everything in the net, guys. Everything in the net.
As a coach, he leads by inspiring the best from his players.
Move it, Eddie. Move it, Eddie. Move it, move it.
On June 23rd of last year, Eddie Johnston returned to Pittsburgh for his second tenure as the Penguins' head coach.
I'd coached, before and I enjoyed it, but been able to coach a team with this kind of talent and get another pop at the Stanley Cup, and it made the decision very easy for me to come over here.
Johnston's career in the NHL spanned 16 seasons, where he played with and against some of the game's greatest legends.
When you made the National Hockey League, you were in the top 6 best goalkeepers in the world. So, and it was just one per club. And I played with the guys like Glenn Hall and Guy Borsley, Jock Plant, Johnny Bauer, Terry Sawchuk, and myself. It was quite an honor.
The Johnstons' South Hills home is adorned with reminders of a most memorable career.
Winning 2 Stanley Cups, is probably the epitome of anybody's career. I think everybody dreams of playing in the National Hockey League. There's been players that play, 15, 20 years in the league and never had the opportunity to win a Stanley Cup. I was very fortunate in Boston to play with those guys and been able to be on 2 Stanley Cup winners.
It was in Boston where Eddie met his wife Diane, with assistance from Bobby Orr, who played matchmaker for his teammate. When the two were married, Orr served as EJ's best man.
At the time, I was supposed to go out with Bobby Orr, and I didn't, so my roommate went out with Bobby Orr. And then he said, well, let's set our roommates up together, and that was Eddie and myself. But that was the year later. The first time was on an airplane, because I was working with Eastern, and after the flight, someone said, would you like to go out with the guy who was on the plane? And I thought, why not? And I thought he was a conceited athlete, and I was right.
The years in the NHL have provided Diane with some lasting impressions.
My introduction to hockey was the Bruins with 2 Stanley Cups, and unfortunately it's never been as exciting since. Those were the days. I mean, they were just wonderful. The players were wonderful. They all played with their hearts. They lived and died for the sport. The guys were a team on the ice as well as off of the ice. The wives just loved being together.
Look for the guy behind a lot of times there. Look, sometimes the center iceman, if you see them jammed in there from here to here, just drop off to the far post.
Away from the game, Johnston focuses on family, daughter Michelle, and sons EJ Jr. and Joe. Joe excels in area youth hockey and has dreams of his own of playing in the NHL.
Yeah, I want to be a pro when I grow up, but I know you have to be really good because not many people get picked to go pro, and I want to be one of those guys to get picked to go pro.
After experiencing life in 6 NHL cities, the Johnstons finally have a place to call home.
We've just decided this is going to be home from now on. We enjoy the city. It's called the City of Champions for a lot of reasons, and we'd like to bring one more championship back here to Pittsburgh and be part of that.
The Penguins' first 10 games of the season were played without the presence of a significant force.
See, but a guy like Lemieux, he makes everybody else a better player. By watching a guy like that, you have a tendency to try things, and if they start to work for you, then your skill level comes up also.
Having profound effect, the absence of Mario Lemieux altered the entire complexion of the team.
You know, you could see that something was missing with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, a big chunk of it. And when he's around and he's playing, you know, that big chunk's with us. It makes it just a whole different atmosphere, and that's how important, you know, obviously how important it is to our team.
On October 28th against Quebec, Civic Arena witnessed Mario's return.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same as before. Every time I made a comeback, the crowd was great, especially here in Pittsburgh, and I'm sure it's going to be the same thing tonight, so I'm looking forward to that.
In the standing ovation, this is the third one of the night. Mario Lemieux makes his debut in 1993.
Reunited with his teammates, Lemieux went to work early.
Murph back of Francis, left side of Lemieux to Stevens in front. A shot! He shoots and scores! Kevin Stevens from 25, and the Penguins tied in one. Oh, go ahead, make my day. And that's what Stevens is saying to Lemieux.
His second assist came on Grant Jennings' goal.
Good play by Jennings. Lemieux's alone behind the net. Goes to him. Mario now in front to Jennings again. Hey! Shoots and scores! Grant Jennings ties up for the Penguins on a brilliant pass by Lemieux, and the Penguins make it 2-2.
You just can't stop him. He's unstoppable. If there's any guy in hockey or in the whole world that's unstoppable, I think it's Mario. And you can put 2 or 3 guys on him, and you're not going to stop him, shut him down for a game.
Sharing the spotlight with Mario, Ron Francis reached a lofty milestone, breaking the 1,000-point barrier.
The Penguins get Francis in the play, and here's Martin Straka. Left side to Murphy. His head down. Shot. Score! The Penguins take the lead, 3-2.
And it may have gone to Ron Francis. And if it did, that is point number 1,000.
It was, a tremendous ovation, and especially in a great sports town like Pittsburgh, to have the fans appreciate, that moment was a big thrill for me.
Mario's return would be short-lived. After 4 games, his back injury forced him out of the lineup once more, and Penguin fans would wait more than 3 months for his next return.
Well, it's always hard to watch from the press box, and that's been the most difficult thing for me to do is to watch the guys and knowing that I could be on the ice and help these guys win some games. And I know that I have a lot of talent, but I can't use it because of my bad back. So it's very frustrating for me to do that.
In Mario's absence, the Penguins rose to the call.
Passing to Jaromir Jagr. 2 men of 8. He goes right side over to Francis. Back to Jaromir. Cut in deep now. In front of Francis. He shoots and scores. Ronnie Francis on the give and go, and the Penguins have a 2-1 lead.
Ulf Samuelsson provided solid defense as well as potent offense.
Jaromir Jagr. Jagr is a man open left side to Ulf Samuelsson. Doesn't go that way. Now in front to him, and he shoots and scores. Ulf Samuelsson gets a power play goal.
Sometimes it's good with a big hit. Sometimes it's good with a big block shot. Obviously not as big as a goal scorer, but sometimes the team needs a little lift, and hopefully I can help the team do that sometimes.
In a November game against Philadelphia, Jaromir Jagr's artistry was on display for all to witness.
There's Jagr cutting right around the man. Comes in on goal. He puts a shot on and he scores. And he beats Soderstrom like a rented mule.
Jagr posted 1 goal and 5 assists in his most prolific performance to date.
Jarmir's just 21 years old. We forget that. I think he's a strong, exceptionally strong guy. And I think when he gets the puck and he gets in the other team's end, he's such a big guy and got good hands that he can manipulate pretty well.
Jagr and Joe Mullen worked in unison.
There's Jagr going wide, coming to the Flyers line. Moves into the slot area now. The Flyers don't got a man of Mullen right there. He shoots and scores. Joey Mullen made no mistake this time.
Jarom's great. He's one of a kind, definitely, and he's one of the most exciting players to play the game today.
Up from Cleveland for a brief but memorable visit, Pat Neaton reached to first.
Stevens with it. He turns and shoots it, and stopped by Soderstrom. Rebound again. Neaton gets a goal, I believe, right in front. He does get his first NHL goal. Patrick Neaton. Ah, hallelujah, Hollywood.
As the season progressed, Pittsburgh would witness the rise of Martin Straka.
Jagr with the Penguins gets the puck over to Straka, breaks into the Rangers in against Leeds, comes down and shoots, scores! Martin Straka put it right between the pad of goaltender Mike Ricker, and the Penguins tie the game. Scratch my back with a hacksaw.
Straka came of age early in the season, producing 8 goals in the first 7 games.
Back now from Graves. Straka moving to the net, comes in and shoots, scores! Martin Straka gives the Penguins the lead. Now Cole Arnold slick from Turtle Creek.
Has the potential to be a great player. He realizes what he can do, and very fast player, and very gifted player.
Straka teamed up with fellow countryman Jaromir Jagr for what would be a lethal combination.
Now the Penguins step right up. They've got a four-man rush. And Naslund gives it away, but Jagr gets it back from Adam Bird. Right side to Straka. Hey! Shoots and scores! Martin Straka gets his 8th of the year.
He's played really well. He's a crafty little centerman, and he doesn't mind playing traffic, and he keeps up the way he's playing, and we'll have a good shot at winning another Stanley Cup, but we need Marty to play hard.
Ronnie Francis trying to swing it out in front. Jagr can get it. Murphy well a shot. Hey! Shoots and scores! Now Michael Motorcycle.
The Penguins rolled through November with a season-best 8-game undefeated streak.
Here comes Mullen giving the puck to Jaromir. Jaromir wheel and deal. Great pass to Shell Samuelson. Hey! Shoots and scores! Shell Samuelson gives the Penguins the lead. Now how much fried chicken can you eat?
In a competitive Northeast division, the Penguins met the challenge.
Avoids a check at center by Andy McKim. Brown back to Straka. In front. A deflection goes in by Kevin Stevens. And the Pittsburgh Penguins have a 3-1 lead.
When we're healthy and we're playing well, it's awesome just to sit there some nights and just watch the other guys play.
From all points in the lineup, everyone contributed.
Grant Jennings gives the Penguins the lead. And getting the fast lane, Grandma, the bingo game is ready to roll. Short in the goal, Grant Jennings.
Rick Tocchet battled his way to 16 points in 18 games.
Easy can't cut it off. The Penguins have it. Trottier centers. There's Tocchet in front of his shot. Hey! Shoots and scores. Rick Tocchet gives the Penguins a 2-goal lead.
Jaromir Jagr was at the eye of the storm.
Stevens is open left wing circle. They don't go that way. Murphy's going to shoot it. Save made. Rebound Jagr. Hey! Shoots and scores. Jaromir Jagr ties it for the Penguins. Now book him down.
His career-high 99 points led the Penguins in scoring.
This year coming, probably elevated his game to probably one of the top guys in the league. Really starting to mature as a player on and off the ice, and probably be one of the best players in the league in a couple of years.
Stevens will. Over to Shell Samuelson. Kicks at it. Stevens has the puck. Look. In front. Man there. Deflection. Brown. Stop. Rebound. Hey! Shoots and scores!
Persistence paid off as the Penguins raced through December.
They rally around one another, and you see one player take off and then make a nice play, and the next player and the next player, and as they see one guy pick up the slack, everybody else just starts flying.
And Muni trying to gain possession. Can't tag on it. He rifles it right back to that stop. Rebound. Scores! Joey Mullen put it in! Joey Mullen on his stomach knocks it in. Slicky Rock still gives the Penguins the lead 2-1. And you'd have to be here to believe it.
Joe Mullen's game only improves with the passing seasons. This year was no exception.
Joey's obviously ageless, Mr. Consistent, great hands, a player that can play on any team in the league and improve that team's chances of winning.
With Tom Barrasso out with injuries, Ken Reggett performed in brilliant relief.
Sorely had him on him, comes ahead to Thomas, breaks into the Penguins in, makes a little move, and a good stop by Reggett.
Kevin Stevens led by example with 41 goals on the year.
Sandstrom goes ahead to Murphy, got a chance on the Kings in, right down the slot, goes to Stevens and shoots and scores! Kevin Stevens ties it for the Penguins.
He's a guy that is going to make a big play at the right time to lift the team, maybe check somebody and get the puck and score a goal. And he's most of all, he's a great leader for us.
Ron Francis and Kevin Stevens led the team with 41 power play points apiece. Larry Murphy followed with 30.
Jagr in the left wing corner. Jaromir going to Francis. Will he shoot it? He has the puck. Back to Jagr. Down deep. Got Brian Murphy in front of his shot. Hey! Shoots and scores!
With Christmas around the corner, Jaromir Jagr spread holiday cheer.
Goes back behind the goal to Stevens. In front of Tuckett. He can't send it. Backhander by Jagr. Hey! Shoots and scores! Jaromir Jagr ties it for the Penguins on a backhander. And it's 1-1. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
It's important to get out there and know the fans, know who comes to watch every night, have them know you. And it's a community that's not a large community, but it's a close-knit one, I think.
Providing maximum effort for their fans and their city is something the Penguins do not limit to the confines of the ice.
We generate a lot of money for charities and everything, and it's all for good causes. And, you know, as long as it's for a good cause, I don't think the players mind doing it.
Taking an active part in the Pittsburgh community, the Penguins focus on those less fortunate.
When you go to these hospitals or when you meet drug awareness programs or the Cancer Society and you see the kids light up when they give you just an autograph, what you can do, like you don't realize what an autograph can do to these kids. They're the real heroes.
The Penguins have been no strangers to the Children's Hospital, as Jaromir Jagr can attest.
Children's Hospital is a great thing to do. You know, we feel we can get over there and make the kids smile and stuff like that. That means a lot to us too, and it kind of opens our eyes. And any kind of community work they set up or we go out and do on our own is always a benefit to us also.
Sharing the spirit with the city, the Penguins also give of their time to veterans and St. Francis hospitals.
The public supports the team so well. It's always nice to be able to go back into the community and meet the people that come out to watch you play and just get to know one another. And I think that's important, and I think that's what the Pittsburgh Penguins are trying to do in town here.
Leading the fight against a deadly disease, the Mario Lemieux Foundation works to raise money for cancer research.
I think it's very important to me to try to give something back to the community and try to help those people that need it the most. So I've been involved also with the Pittsburgh Cancer Institute for the last 5 years, so I try to get involved as much as I can.
Caring for Pittsburgh and its people, the Penguins are champions both on and off the ice.
It makes kids happy, it makes people happy, and you know, that's what we try to do. We try to make them happy on the ice, and we try to help them, you know, off the ice also.
Right wing of the Bruins in. Brown moves it, got a man in front. A quick shot by Stevens. He scores to beat John Blue. And the Penguins take a 1-0 lead.
The new year brought renewed spirit for the Penguins.
And to the right side to Straka. Penguins have 7 defensemen. Straka shoots and scores from long range. On the glove side of Bissett.
Martin Straka continued his ascent.
Here's Stevens in front of the net for Straka. Backhander, he shoots and scores. Marty Straka has tied it for the Penguins at 2.
While Kevin Stevens was unbeatable with skilled precision.
What a play by Kevin Stevens as he grabbed it from behind the net, flipped it back behind John Blue, and the Penguins get the lead again, 3-2.
Stevens' hat trick against Boston was the first of the year for the Penguins.
Relay near boards to Ronnie Francis halfway up. Near corner to Jagr and the Penguins. He looks over, got a man across, shot, score! Kevin Stevens pokes it in, and the Penguins win in overtime, 5-4.
We got a lot of different type of characters on this team, which is kind of a breath of fresh air. Every day you come to practice, you know, sometimes you get bored and stagnant during the year, but you know, you come in and you get a different guy, you know, picking up life on the bench or on the in the dressing room, and that's a big key. So, you know, we got a lot of characters on this team.
Ron Francis was ever dangerous at both ends of the ice.
The Penguins take it 3 in the near corner. Stevens to Francis, shot, he shoots and scores! Ronnie Francis on the short side.
Yeah, I think we enjoy playing together. We seem to read off each other pretty well, and you know, we're the type of players that we try to keep things simple and not make it too complicated for anybody that's going to play with us.
This to the near corner comes free. Francis headed to Mullen. He shoots and scores. Joey Mullen.
Francis, Jagr, and Mullen proved relentless, combining for 262 points.
Jagr pulls the trigger on a wrist shot from the right wing circle, and the Penguins tied at 2. Now Michael motorcycle, Jaromir Jagr.
Europe has been kind to Pittsburgh, providing not only Martin Straka.
Decision trying to shut down Straka. He'll drop it up to Stevens, off wing right side, shoots it, save made, rebound, score! Marty Straka!
But rookie Marcus Naslund as well.
They've got a 3-on-3. Down the right wing, here comes Mullen. Mullen now in front, got a man there, and it was deflected by Naslund, and the goal goes! Oh, she wants to sell my monkey!
We have a lot of talent in this team. We do have a lot of fun. I think all the way from owner to management and coaches, they give us the opportunity to have fun.
Ken Reggett stood tall in the Penguin nets.
Straka giveaway to Featherstone coming right down the slide. A wrist shot and a save by Reggett.
His performance against Quebec brought him his first shutout at the Civic Arena.
Gusarov now giving it to Adam Foote. In front of Gusarov, and a deflection. Smothers that one right in front. Gusarov had a big chance there, but he couldn't deflect it by Reagan.
Being a goaltender can be a trying occupation.
You're being used. You know, guys just come down, want to blast the puck, try to get it by you.
Nice try, Slovak.
There's a lot of rumors out there that goalies are weird.
All right, this here definitely is my favorite drill.
I don't know, I think I'm all there. Maybe not.
Muta Jaeger in the slot. Shoot, high glove, kick, save, Reagan.
You know, the guys can shoot from anywhere. They can do whatever they want. Their slap shots can come from the point. It'll hit a stick, and you can smell the rubber. When you first start playing it, those are things you try to deal with, and after a while, those are things that you learn to appreciate, and that's why you play.
Such is the life of Ken Reagan, the Penguins' backup goaltender who did more than fill in this season.
And Kenny's been a star in every game that he's played in this year. If not first star, certainly one of the top three. And without Kenny's playing net, we wouldn't have won the games that we've won.
His 21 wins, just one shy of his personal best, were instrumental in the Penguins' Northeast Division Championship.
I feel fortunate the guys are playing well, and with the way they played, it made what I had to do a lot easier as far as day-to-day goes, and playing the amount of games I had to play.
It was an eventful year for Reagan off the ice as well as on.
This here is Courtney Hannah Reagan. She was born January 8th of this year, and I was in town for her birth.
I can start my energy, there's only one goalie, me.
Serving as goaltender on one of the league's highest scoring clubs makes practices demanding.
They stopped one and they changed drills.
It's great because we have guys like Jaeger and Straka. I mean, they're just unbelievable with the puck, and they'll stay out there all day long till Jags' mom calls them in for supper. Guys like that help me out, and they don't mind spending the time, and they just want a goalie to shoot at, and I want them to do something, so it kind of works out both ways.
His relationships with his teammates range from extreme aggravation.
It's in the crease. Little Dutch boys in the crease.
To profound closeness.
You get to be around all the guys, and it's like having 20 brothers that you love, hate, and you go to war with them, and then you end up just being with them every day, and you're bugging each other, and you're laughing at them, and you're yelling at them, and it's just the whole feeling and the whole concept about the game is what everybody loves.
Shot now by Lowe and a rebound. Stopped by Reagan on the rebound play. Kenny Reagan has been absolutely unbelievable here in this first period.
Whether he's watching the game from the end of the bench or the center of the action, Ken Reagan feels he's been presented with the opportunity of a lifetime.
I feel very fortunate where I am. When I'm done playing hockey, when I turn back and look, I'm not going to know that a day's gone by where I haven't tried to do everything I can do, had the best time I could have, and work as hard, because this is a short-lived career, and I want everything I can possibly get out of it right now.
Stevens again with possession. Here in the left side to Stapleton. He shoots and scores! Mike Stapleton connects on a power play goal.
February proved to be a memorable month for the Penguins, who were lifted by Marty McSorley's epic battle with Detroit's Bob Probert.
Here comes Probert in a fight with Marty McSorley. Marty trying to come back, and he hits with a couple of rights. They're getting tired now. They're really out of gas. They are exhausted. Oh, there's a right by McSorley. I'll tell you, talk about two guys in a right by Probert. Man, here comes McSorley back up. This is unbelievable.
You almost never see fights go this long.
Never.
This is like Ron Lyle and George Foreman about 15 years ago in Denver. Marty's cut badly on left cheek.
So Probert just got nailed there. And they ought to get in and break it up. Now they're getting to the point of being absurd. That's enough. Look at Probert. Put his arms around McSorley. Good go. Good go.
That's a year's worth of fighting right there. That's one they'll talk about here at the Joe forever.
In a Saturday matinee against Dallas, Pittsburgh welcomed back their conquering hero.
I drafted him, so I know a little bit about him. But I think what you see every night is something different. You know, we're in the entertainment business, and he entertains you every night.
Back in the saddle, Mario unleashed his first goal of the season to be witnessed by his hometown fans.
Francis wins the draw to Murphy. Lemieux going to the net. He's right there. A shot. He shoots and scores! Mario Lemieux, signed by Larry Murphy.
Growing up in Montreal, hockey is everything to us, and just to be able to go on the ice and do things that other players can't do, that's the ththing that I strive for.
Jaromir Jagr invited the Winnipeg Jets to the Civic Arena to celebrate his 22nd birthday.
And out to center now to Ronnie Francis. Lead pass to Jagr behind Dean Kennedy. Walks in and shoots and scores! Jaromir Jagr!
Happy birthday, Jaromir Jagr!
Joe Mullen added to the festivities.
The man that came off the bench, and he put it in the net. Here's Mullen now, and the Winnipeg kid walks in on goal. His shot. He shoots and scores! And Slippery Rock Joe answers that one immediately.
While Martin Straka enraptured the arena.
Here's Straka moving in. Backhand shot. He shoots and scores! Marty Straka gives the Penguins their 5th goal.
The occasion also marked Tom Barrasso's 253rd win, breaking the record for most victories by an American-born goaltender.
Cantel with the steal. Cantel shooting Barrasso down on his backside, but he makes the save.
No question, the way he handles the puck and, you know, and his leadership on the ice. You know, he's an unsung hero in our hockey club, you know, silent leadership. But he's one of the premier goalkeepers in the game.
February also brought Thomas Sandstrom and Sean McEachern to Pittsburgh. McEachern, it appeared, was glad to be back.
And now the Penguins steal. Sandstrom ahead for McEachern on a breakaway. McEachern walks in on Burke. His shot. Hey! Shoots and scores!
Doug Brown was reunited with his brother Greg. The two kept it all in the family against Hartford.
Working hard in his own end, but the Penguins have it right point. Greg Brown shoots and deflected in. I think his brother Doug Brown may have touched it. The Penguins take a 1-0 lead.
When the Disney Ducks came to town, it was Joe Mullen who proved to be mighty.
Now Jagr trying to ramble back into the Anaheim zone. Goes left side of Mullen. Shoots and scores! Joey Mullen. Got it by Shalenkov, and the Penguins take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we're very close. I think we're a little bit different than other teams. I think we have shown that throughout some adversities in the last couple of years with a lot of different things happening here in Pittsburgh, and we stayed very close.
I'm pretty excited about the fact that I'm back in Pittsburgh. When Craig made the call to me, it was as a matter of assistant coach, and I'm saying, well, that'd be great, but what are the chances maybe of me getting back on the ice? He says, well, you know, do you think you can do it? And I says, well, I think that's a pretty good challenge.
Complementing youth with experience, veteran Brian Trottier returned to the Penguins as player coach.
Now Samuelson right wing down to Trottier, moving to the Boston zone as Daniels going for the net, takes a shot himself, gets a rebound back, trying to push it in. Yes, he shoots and scores! Brian Trottier!
He's a winner, you know. He's going to be there in the playoffs for us. He's going to be there when we really need him, and he's been through all this before. He's a great guy to have in the locker room, and you know, I couldn't be any happier to have him back here on our team and coaching and doing his job on the ice too.
Penguins scramble right back. Here is Murphy of the Pens. It's been wide open here so far. Murphy in front, quick shot to an open net by Trottier, and the Penguins lead 3-1.
I think like a player, and the assistant coach's role is so limited because Eddie Johnson and Rick Keogh kind of handle that so well, and I'm really learning. At the same time, it's nice to be appreciated and being asked, like, what's your input, and every once in a while they kind of listen to you. It's kind of neat.
On now to the Flyers in. The Trottier in front. He shoots and scores! Brian Trottier gets his second goal of the night.
With 18 seasons and 6 Stanley Cups to his credit, Trottier provides a wealth of knowledge both on and off the ice.
The guys here, they basically know their roles. Everyone wants to win. So you want to contribute, and that's really where I'm at. I just want to contribute to the success of the team, whether I'm in the lineup or out of the lineup. And if I can touch somebody and help somebody out in some particular way, I think that's what everybody's doing here.
The key to success in the playoffs is how you finish the season. And we have to improve our play like every other team is striving to. So we're just we're happy to be where we're at right now, but obviously there's some upside that we have to achieve.
With a good play to hustle to get the puck and keep it alive. Still a bouncing puck. Murphy's in tight. He shoots and scores! Larry Murphy gets it for the Penguins.
With the Northeast race tightening, the Penguins' focus grew.
If Mario's not ready to play, then his 6 or 7 teams are just as good as us, and we're going to have to work that much harder to reach our goal. But we're hoping Mario will be healthy, and with him healthy, I feel that we're the top team to beat in the playoffs.
Number 66 became a more familiar fixture in the Igloo.
He got a man open and goes to all James in front. Lemieux knocks it in as it comes right out here.
Lemieux's greatness returned despite a nagging back.
Lemieux into the slot, turns, looks, shoots, scores!
The magnitude of his presence provided the team with a lift down the stretch.
Playing against him, our philosophy was just don't let him get the puck, because if he does get it, look out. You don't know what he can beat 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Being on his team, try to get him the puck and watch him go.
And the one around on the near wing. Mario Lemieux leaving the puck for Yager, and he darts in. Lemieux goes slowing down. Stevens back in front of Lemieux. He's right there. Mario shoots and scores! He beats Brodeur like a rented mule, and the Penguins lead 2-1. Mario Lemieux.
Thomas Sandstrom quickly grew accustomed to his new surroundings.
Pass it up through center right to Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom trying to avoid Raymond Bourque. Got around him. Goes to the net. Trying to backhand shot. It goes in! Thomas Sandstrom gets his first goal in a Penguin uniform.
Martin Straka raised the roof against Boston.
Cuts his way to the Bruins zone. Right side to Shale. Samuelson. Wrist shot. Right into the save. A rebound. Straka right there to Brown. He shoots and scores!
His hat trick against the Bruins dazzled all who witnessed.
Greg Brown, he'll skate. Good left wing pass. Trying to find Straka behind the defense. Moves in against Riendo. He shoots and scores! The hat trick for Marty Straka.
Pride and poise describe Ron Francis. His play on the ice speaks for itself.
Ronnie Francis gets the goal, and the Penguins now lead 5-3. As he wants to sell my monkey, Ronnie Francis cashes in. Comes in front of Francis with a backhand shot. That save made. It goes in.
No matter what the situation is, you put him out on the ice, and he's probably the best guy you've got out there, and that's something we've relied on since he's come to the club, and he's always produced.
Stevens to Francis. Shot. He shoots and scores. Ronnie Francis on the short side.
Ron is probably the best two-way player that I ever played with, especially on our team as a second centerman. He's the type of guy that's going to take face-offs, kill penalties, play on a power play. He's very versatile, and he's very effective on our team.
He puts it in front. Francis shooting and scoring. Ronnie Francis gets the goal.
It's a pleasure for me to play with him and go out there every night knowing Ronnie's going to be on my line, and have that confidence in somebody that we can go out there and do well and help this team out a lot.
Sit down, Marty. We're going. Right here, Gino, right here.
Excellence in any field is rewarded by respect. Perhaps that is why the Penguins' Ron Francis has commanded the respect of his peers in the National Hockey League.
By Larry Murphy. Here's Francis back now with McEachran 2-on-1. Francis comes in, shoots and scores! Ronnie Francis beats goaltender Hasek like a rented mule.
A model of versatility and consistency, Francis has scored 20 or more goals in 13 consecutive seasons.
When we lose Mario, he becomes our leadership in our hockey club. He's like our captain, our second captain. Mario's been our captain, but with Mario out of there, Ronnie Francis takes over, and he gives us the leadership that we need on this hockey club.
Joey! Yagsy!
The presence of Ron Francis has been all the more significant with the absence of Mario Lemieux, a role of leadership that Ron accepts and keeps in perspective.
I don't feel the pressure to replace Mario Lemieux because I know I'm not capable of doing that. I don't think anybody is. And, it's going to take 20 guys all kind of stepping up their game and playing better.
Francis rose to the challenge throughout the season, posting his 1,000th career point in October against Quebec.
There's a lot of things, I think, in your career that you look back on and you'll smile at and cherish that, and you just don't easily forget. And tonight was obviously one of those nights.
Growing up in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Ron began skating at the tender age of 2, and hockey has been in his blood from the very start.
Well, I think everybody, always dreamed about being a professional hockey player. I remember growing up, we always seemed to have a rink in our backyard, and if you didn't want to play there, there was always, one at the local school, or the city parks always had rinks and everything else.
Hey, Sammy, right here, Sammy, right here. There you go, Gino.
Ron's upbringing is reflective of his work ethic on the ice. His father worked in a steel mill and, along with Ron's mother, provided him with support and guidance.
It was, we'll get you the equipment, we'll bring you to the rink. And if you want to play, the only thing we expect from you is you're going to work hard and you're going to, kind of give us our money's worth out there and enjoy it.
Ron's brother Rick copes with a learning disability and inspired Ron to become active in Special Olympics.
It's great because there's not a lot of the smoke screens that you find in everyday life. I mean, you know exactly where you stand. Everything is up front and honest, and it's a unique experience. And I think everything that I've done for them, I've probably gained as much back, if not more, from the kids themselves.
Back to Yarber. Cut in deep now in front of Francis. He shoots and scores. Ronnie Francis on the give and go.
Hey, Michael.
Where's Daddy? There he is.
Away from the game, Ron and his wife Mary Lou are kept busy with their 2 children, Caitlin and Michael.
I just share it with him.
While Caitlin has many interests other than hockey, she is aware of her dad's notoriety.
Which team does Daddy play for?
Tell me.
You tell me.
The Penguins.
What number is he?
Tell me.
Here are the Penguins now surrounding that Stanley Cup. They'll go for a skate here at the stadium in Chicago.
The satisfaction of winning 2 Stanley Cups provides Francis with even more desire to win.
I mean, that's the only reason why I play the game, is you want to win, you want to be successful, and if I start losing the desire to win cups, then I don't want to play. So certainly that's on the top of my list.
All right, I like it when you're happy. You're happy, I'm happy.
The friendships forged with his teammates in the heat of battle have special meaning.
There's that special bond, I think, that you'll have with the guys for the rest of your life. We have a great bunch of guys. They want to win. They're very talented, and we have our share of fun, but also we come to work hard, and that's what you ask for from your teammates. You want them to step up and play hard for you when time counts, and I think you can count everybody in the locker room right now to do that for you. So that's a good feeling.
What a brilliant play by Ron Francis. He has been tough all night, working those corners and those boards.
Lying beneath the on-ice intensity is a love for the game that has stayed with Ron Francis since his days in the Sioux.
I've always liked playing games. Sports were always something to me, and the fact that you can earn a real good living at doing something you thoroughly enjoy to do and have fun doing. For the most part, I've just enjoyed playing the game, and I want to win, I want to be successful, and that makes it enjoyable for me.
Pass too hard, comes over to Murphy, a good shot, save, a rebound, Lemieux. Mario Lemieux on the rebound.
The Penguins save the best for last in their push toward the playoffs.
Now the Penguins go man wide open. Straka lead pass behind the defense. Breakaway. Marty Straka in on goal. His shot.
In an awe-inspiring alliance, Lemieux and Jágr paired up against the Rangers.
I think he's got all the tools to be the next big star in this league. I said that a couple of years ago, and he's shown a lot of great things in the last couple of years, and I feel like in the next couple of years he's going to be the man.
Lemieux, Jágr, and Stevens working out here. Jágr goes behind the Ranger net. Turns with a wraparound and scores! Jágr beating goaltender Glenn Healy.
Looks like he's the only player on the ice sometimes. He's stick handling not only around the opposition, he's stick handling around his own teammates and the referees and everybody else.
That combination proved deadly.
Sandstrom to the right wing to Jágr. Lemieux's going to the net. Jágr breaks into the Rangers in front of Lemieux. His backhander. He shoots and scores! Mario Lemieux's second goal of the afternoon.
Tom Barrasso led the Penguins to a 9-5-1 record in March.
Raked it over to the near wing now. The lead shooter towards the goal. Stop. Rebound. The Rangers shooting. Armor stopped by Barrasso. Rebound. Messier. Stopped again on the play. Where's the puck?
Leaders emerged with inspired play.
Into it, and Mullen cutting for the net. He's got a chance. He shoots and scores. A beautiful shot by Slippery Rock Joe.
Thomas Sandstrom was a welcome addition.
Murphy to the right wing to Yager. Yager moves in front. A quick deflection by Sandstrom. Did it go in or not? Yes, it did. Thomas Sandstrom gets it in.
As was newly acquired Larry DePalma.
Back in the Penguins in. Craig Berube and Larry DePalma. Now right by Berube. DePalma got hit, but he gets himself back righted. Larry DePalma and Craig Berube. Many punches being thrown. Now they collide on one another.
Kevin Stevens scored more than 40 goals for the 4th straight year.
That was Hunter coming up with that. Shot by Murphy. That stop. Rebound right in front. Scored. Kevin Stevens on the rebound.
I just think the world of Kevin Stevens. I was glad that I've had the opportunity not only to play with him now, but to see him in his prime when he was playing so well.
In a battle with Vancouver, Martin Straka scored his 7th goal in 7 games.
Penguins start the counterattack. Yager takes a pass from Sandstrom. Left side, Straka's right in. His shot. He shoots and scores.
Starting to go into March, it's everybody's, teams are trying to make the playoffs. Teams are trying to get in good playoff position. So the intensity picks up another level. If you don't pick up your level, you're going to get left out in the dust. And I think that this team has the ability to pick it up a notch.
As the regular season drew to a close, Mario Lemieux was only beginning.
And Tocchet works it free behind the goal to Mario Lemieux. Look out, he comes out, turns, looks, fires in front. Score! The Penguins get the lead.
Tom Barrasso returned to full form.
But a steal by Baker. Penguins watch out, they break down here right in front. A shot by Baker. Stopped by Barrasso.
The Penguins enjoyed success with a Swedish flavor.
How much fried chicken can you eat? The Penguins, the Samuelson boys, set it up for Thomas Sandstrom. It is the Swedish connection that scores that goal.
In the season's final games, the leaders stepped forward.
Penguins keep it in again. There's what I'm talking about. Here's Lemieux over to Yager. Right side to Murphy. Fiery save made. Rebound. Here's put it in. Mario Lemieux and Yager. Now buy Sam a drink and get it going 1-2.
When you see a guy coming down on a defenseman one-on-one, it's Mario and Yarmer. Those are two great players, and that makes our team pretty strong. And I think when we're healthy, we don't have any weak points. We can just play any way you want to play. You want to run and gun, we'll run and gun. And if you want to play a tight defensive game, I think we can do that too.
Kevin Stevens' backhand was wickedly effective.
Here's Yager breaking back in, going over to Stevens with a backhander. He shoots and scores! Oh, wow, big cow kick. Stevens on the backhander from 20 feet.
Mario's game had returned to brilliance.
Double zone, but Scott Stevens trying to move it away quick. It comes in front of Lemieux, a quick shot. He shoots and scores!
No, it's just natural. My instinct takes over, and I just go on the ice and try to read the play as well as I can, and make the appropriate play at the right time.
Into the corner for Yager, moves towards the net, trying to tap it to Stevens. He can't get it through. Stevens after it, Lemieux right in front. He shoots and scores! Mario Lemieux drills it by Billington.
In the final regular season game in Ottawa, the Penguins had one final task before the playoffs.
Lead pass to McEachran. Here he comes with 1:35 to go. He'll have a chance. Fires and scores! And ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building.
With a 4-0 blanking of the Senators, the Penguins captured the Northeast Division title.
I think certainly we take a lot of pride in what we've accomplished this year and finishing first, but this team is no stranger to the playoffs, and that's what our main goal is. And this is nice, this is fine, this is also behind us.
Well, obviously the playoffs are very tough. It's 2 months of hard work, and you play hard every second day. So it's going to take 20 guys playing their best if we want to win the cup again.
Round 1 of the playoffs matched the Penguins with the Washington Capitals.
In the intensity in the playoffs, you play every shift like it's your last. You have to, because you never know what's going to happen, and that's what makes this game so much fun. The playoffs are what our team lives for, and it's what I live for.
Washington struck first, but Mario Lemieux quickly evened the score.
Here is Lemieux getting the pass, comes down with a wrist shot. Beaupre the save, rebound, Tocchet, and he can't put it in. Lemieux puts it in off Beaupre, knocks it home, and the Penguins have tied the game at 1.
At 14-14 of the first, Pittsburgh took the lead behind Joe Mullen.
Mullins after right wing corner. Back to Yager. Turns, looks. He's got a chance. He fires it. Save, a rebound, score. Mike Ramsey and Mullen were both there. Let's see who got it. Now, scratch my back with a hacksaw.
The Capitals scored 3 unanswered goals to take a 4-2 lead when Mario brought the Penguins within 1 with less than a minute to play in the game.
Yager to the right side of Larry Murphy. Murphy in front of Lemieux. He shoots and scores! Mario Lemieux makes it 4-3.
The goal would not be enough as the Capitals stunned the Civic Arena audience, taking the first game of the series with a 5-3 win.
You're going to lose games. I mean, to get the Stanley Cup, it's disappointing because I thought guys were ready. I mean, you're mentally prepared to play, I thought, but obviously, we weren't after the second period.
Game 2 witnessed the Penguins return to form as Kevin Stevens displayed his playoff intensity.
Now Ricky's after the puck. He'll shoot it away, and Stevens runs into him and flattens him and knocks him down.
Mario Lemieux scored his 3rd goal of the playoffs to give the Penguins the early lead.
Over to Larry Murphy, a 2-man advantage for the Penguins in a power play. Murphy shoots it safe, goes in, off the ball. Lemieux put it in off the board. Now getting the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll. Mario Lemieux.
Rick Tocchet stepped up to make it 2-0 Pens and provided all that was needed to even the series.
Yager fires it. The foe stops at. Here's Tocchet with the puck now, turning to shoot. He scores! Rick Tocchet gets the goal, and he's smiling like a butcher's dog. Rick Tocchet.
Game 3 in Washington was a duel of the nets.
Into the Penguins end, down the right side. Lemieux comes off late on the play. The puck sent to the net, and Barrasso stops at.
The Capitals' Don Beaupre and the Penguins' Tom Barrasso kept the game scoreless for the first period and a half.
Back to Jones on the right wing. In front, shot by Ridley, and Barrasso stopped that one.
It was Washington, however, who broke the deadlock and held on to take a 2-1 series lead.
Goes to center to Straka. He tries to avoid a man, and Stevens going to the right side. Shoots, score! Marty Straka!
Martin Straka was off and running in Game 4. But the night would belong to the Capitals, who scored 3 unanswered goals to take command of the series at 3-1.
We hung in there pretty good. We stuck by our game plan. We got down by 1. We got back into it, and then they got a couple of big goals. I mean, that's what wins the playoff games, and they got them tonight, and that's why they won.
Game 5 returned the battle to Pittsburgh, where the Penguins were determined to keep their hopes alive.
Got a war going on now between Hatcher and Stevens, and they are just banging one another.
Sean McEachern opened the scoring.
Here's Old Samuelson, the right wing to Lemieux. Frank it up with a slam shot. The save by Boy in front of the ball. Rebound score! Sean McEachern gets the opening goal, and the Penguins lead 1-0.
The Caps took a 2-1 lead in the second period. Enter Kevin Stevens.
He steps around Joey Juneau. He'll come in. Going to Stevens, has a chance here. He shoots and scores! Kevin Stevens got it through the foul. Now, book him, Dano. Kevin Stevens gets his first to the playoff, and the Penguins make it a 2-2 tie.
Tom Barrasso performed gallantly in the Pittsburgh net.
Over now to Juneau, cutting for the net, right in front of man right there. Bondra, shot save made Barrasso right in front of Peter Bondra.
With the score tied at 2 midway through the third, Jaromir Jagr ignited the house.
He goes on to Yager, moving up into the Caps end, comes down with a wrist shot. Hey! Shoots and scores! Jaromir Jagr beating Defoe, and the Penguins lead 3-2. Oh, wow, big cow kick. Jaromir Jagr.
They might have one game, but I don't think they have an edge. And our team's confident right now that we can go into Washington and win a game. It's anybody's series right now. We just have to keep working, keep plugging along, and hopefully hoping to sing up a little bit.
Game 6 would prove fateful for the Penguins, who found themselves trailing 3-0 midway through the first.
Cuts it on goaltender Barrasso, shoots it, and Barrasso made the save. Rebound, here's Miller right in front. Backhand shot, he scores.
Battling against an unexplainable force, the Pens received goals from Jaromir Jagr.
Here's Murphy trying to get one, and he shoots it. Stopped by Beaupre. Rebound, Jagr. He shoots and scores. Jaromir Jagr gets a gigantic goal for the Penguins there.
And Rick Tocchet to draw within 1.
They go to Murphy. Will he shoot again? No, goes to Lemieux. Pulls back in front of backhander by Tocchet. He shoots and scores. Rick Tocchet makes it 3-2.
But 2 unanswered Washington goals in the second period were too much to overcome as Mario Lemieux scored the last goal of the season.
A bouncing puck, Beaupre can't field it. Comes back in front, loose puck, shot, score! Mario Lemieux, he puts it in. And it's 5-3 with 9:18 to go. 24 seconds, headed back in. An empty netter coming up for Bobanka, and he'll put it in. The series is over.
Hopes dashed, dreams unfulfilled. The Penguins' pursuit to reclaim the cup was suddenly over.
And you got a hell of a lot more to work with here than you do in most cities, and it just is very, very disappointing. Just like you guys, just like the fans, I feel terribly. But remember these guys for what they've done, not for what they haven't done.
In setting out to reclaim their rights to Lord Stanley's Cup, the Penguins fell short of their dreams. But a season built upon determination and character should not be forgotten for a Penguin team that created moments of thrills and triumph, capturing a division championship for the city of Pittsburgh. It was a season of memories for a team whose dream ended early, but whose quest will continue.